I'm in the car because I have this non-scientific belief that the car is a good place for clear thinking. Like, a couple times in my life, my mom and I, or my friends and I, have, like, had psychic moments inside the car. And then I developed this theory that because we're, like, in a close container, that there's nowhere for our thoughts' energy to go besides into each other, so then we can read each other. So I'm making this video in the car as a way to communicate to myself. I've been gone from making these videos for a long time because I was busy living and falling down and being a mess. So I wanted to make a video in the authenticity of that, of the messiness, the rich messiness of being a human being. And it was hard because I don't really know what to say, because often when you're confused, you can't articulate yourself, so how are you going to tell someone what you're thinking? And I thought maybe that is a message in itself. So before, I've talked about how it is not efficient to build a life because it's the nature of life to crumble down and to have weather. Which is funny because I caught myself in a deep religious building of my life, even though I had said that building doesn't seem to be effective. And this is the true path, the warrior path, as Trungpa and Pema say, of someone who is learning to wake up, is someone who wakes up from their own story. You know, and it's hard. I think it's especially hard when you claim yourself to be someone who is trying to keep awake to find out that you've been asleep. How funny is that, huh? And it's such a beautiful thing. It's such a painful, beautiful thing. And I realized that that is actually the nature of liberation. Is the thing that you refuse to look at, so you have no idea it's happening. The thing that you cannot see is the thing that you need to see. And what that looks like is, when you do see it, there's so much shame and embarrassment. There's so much surprise because you haven't been looking. You've been looking a lot of other places except for this thing that you needed to see. And it's that thing that will wake up the tender, open, free part of the divine in all of us. Like, it's the thing that you're deathly afraid of, the thing that you think will bring on the death of you. That's the thing. And I think probably you don't know what it is because you can't know, because that's the nature of waking up. So here I am, in this embarrassing moment of being caught up in a lie, really, because I said that if you are tracking every moment of your life to try to be good, it's just, you're going to fall on your face. And then guess what? I did it. I followed my own advice. And to be more specific, when I was younger, I'm not that old, but when I was younger, I was chasing all of my dreams and my lust and my desire, and I watched other people do it, and what I realized is that the more you chase what you want, the more wanting you have. And so you're always chasing. And the methodical part in me was like, well, that doesn't seem like a means to an end. If you're chasing what you want and then there's always more wanting, then you're just going to be running your whole life. That doesn't seem good. So logically I thought, well then the thing to do to be a peaceful person is to not chase, is to stay. And what I realized is that doesn't make you happy either. Staying in one place is different than digging your heels in because you don't want to get caught in the chase, right? Like, resting is different than being adamant about committing. And so what I realized is chasing your desire doesn't really make you happy in the end, or it doesn't guarantee fundamental happiness. And sticking to one thing, sticking to a story, that doesn't make you happy either. And what I realized is that that's because happiness isn't forever. It's not a thing that you can hold on to forever, no matter what you do. And the funny thing is that you don't even need to listen to this because it's going to happen to you anyway. You don't need to know that happiness is transient because it is, and you will learn it along the way if you are paying any attention at all. So what do I do with that information? What do I do with chasing what I want will not make me fundamentally happy, and ignoring what I want, or not believing that desire is good for someone will not make me happy either. What do I do then? How do I make choices in my life? I don't know. That's me inhabiting my beginner mind. I don't know. I don't think we're ever gonna know. And you should try this. You should try saying it in front of a mirror, or just really to yourself honestly, not as like some kind of self-help mantra, but inside yourself, say to yourself, I don't know, and I will never know. I will never know what the right choice is. The experience is a burden being lifted, right? Because you're not in charge. I'm not in charge. The world is a mystery, and we're lucky enough to feel the majesty of it. That's all. You know, more things happen to us than we make happen. I think that that's true, and that's beautiful. Anyway, here I am talking to you out of that fertile, rich, striking feeling of I fell on my face. I didn't even hear my own message. And I'm awake, and I'll probably fall asleep again, and then awake again to something new. And that is what is beautiful about life, is that it'll wake you up. It'll wake you up if you're dead asleep and don't give a shit. It'll wake you up if you are trying so hard to look at it that you won't look at it at all. So you can have faith in that. Don't be afraid to say, I don't know. Don't be afraid to say, whoops. Because that's just more sight that you have, that I have. Oh, I just have so much tenderness for us being alive. How confusing it is and how wonderful it is. I hope I never, ever, I know I won't. I'll never know what's happening.